well, Gun Mart TV. This is not a gun test, it's one of the top tip series. I'm just talking about a semi-custom rifle. If you know what that is, I'll enlighten you. You can go to a decent gunsmith, and it's good for you in the UK, and they will build you a rifle. You can buy in a brand new action, brand new barrel, all that sort of stuff. Super stock from Macmillan or some of the other stockers, GRS, this sort of thing. And you can throw a lot of money into it, but if you are serious about your shooting, then what you get at the other end is an incredibly good rifle, no question about it. However, probably starting level for a custom gun, I'd say, shoot me down if I'm wrong, 2.5, 3 grand. And then when you look at some of the stuff that's already out there, you probably look at sort of between 3 and 5 grand for something really top end. Now that's a lot of money. I can't afford that much money, and if I did, I'm not sure if I'd get a custom gun made. What I've done all my life, and I imagine a lot of people have as well, is have a semi-custom. The barrel is the heart of the rifle. They wear out, obviously, that's not a problem because they're born to die basically. But the real treasure of any rifle is the action. They're made super strong, they've got to be made super strong. They're very consistent these days with companies, with all the modern production equipment churning out actions, by the thousand. And so what you have here is basically the action is the reusable asset, because it takes a long time for the thing to get worn out. Okay, a lot of people get rid of a rifle because it doesn't shoot that well. They may like it, or they might shoot the barrel out, but if the action's okay, you can re-barrel it, which is where you might start. This gun's a good example. This originally was a Weatherby Vanguard, which is their synthetic entry-level rifle. All the Weatherby Vanguards are made by Hauer in Japan, because they make the 1500, which is a cracking rifle, no question about it. Mass produced, but it does exactly what it says in the tin. It's a great piece of kit. I got a bit of a deal on it from Weatherby. I wanted the 243. I don't know why I picked a 243, but I did. And the gun never shot that well, I'll be brutally honest about it. I thought, I don't really want this, but I just kept it. And then Hornaday approached me and said they'd like me to do something on the 6.5 Creedmoor when it came out, a good few years ago. But at that time there was no production rifles in the UK, and they said, well, we'll supply the ammunition, we'll supply the chamber reamers, we'll supply the loading gear. If you can find somebody to rebarrel it for you, do it. So I decided to nominate this as a donor action for rebarreling. So I saw my friend Andrew Hendrick at Riflecraft, and I set up on the 22-inch sort of medium weight tube. This is Packnor stainless steel tube, because I wanted it as sort of a hunting rifle, but something that could also reach out with reasonable accuracy and sort of take smaller targets given the bullets I use. And that was it. So basically, all he had to do was rebarrel it, which did a fine job at it, crowned the whole bit, action checked. And there I had a brand new barreled action. Okay, so it was a second-hand action that I'd owned, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. So that, I think, would have cost me in real money back then about 6.5, just for that. So you could go back with your rifle, providing that the new barrel, like this, was a little bit fatter, fits the barrel channel on your stock, and you would have a better gun, no question about it. So compared to buying a brand new custom gun, you've got something you like and familiar with, and then you can take from there. And what I've done, this is a good example, this came in synthetic stock, and when I decided to sort of do the 6.5 Creedmoor thing, I approached GRS of Norway, who do some cracking stocks, and they do a lot of wood laminate stuff they did in the old days, not so much now. And this is a sport varmint, laminate, adjustable comb, adjustable length of pull. And I really liked it, but it made the gun a little bit heavy. It was more of a varminter sort of steel gun than anything else, which I didn't really want. So that was one of my first purchases, and I decided that I wanted a better stock, though I liked the sport varmint. And GRS later on came out with what they call the Bifrost, which is, in terms of actual layout, is the same as the sport varmint. However, it's made of polymer, it's nice and rigid, it's got nice rubber gripping surfaces on it, it's got a superb 6-degree offset pistol grip. And the thing I really liked was that, yes, you've got the adjustable comb and the adjustable length of pull, but also on the GRS, you can raise the butt pad up and down and angle it so it sits in your shoulder properly. That's just one option. Equally, to say, I think these are about $450. to save money, I was thinking of it. Hauer offer a range of laminate stocks for their 1500s through the importers, Highland Outdoors, and I saw quite a nice traditional thumb hole stock, which was a lot of meat, good enough to pillar bed and synthetic bed. That's another option. There are a number of options out there for stocks. You may not want something as fancy as this. You want something that is just a good secure stock that supports the rifle and is solid. So that's up to you. With the stock in mind, the other way you can go, what I did, because this is, say, it's the Action Standard, so it's made by Hauer, and it is the same action, the same footprint, though it's slightly different visually. The bolt shroud's slightly different. What I did was, again from Highland, they do a extended bolt knob for the standard bolt, which is quite nice. It's a split aluminium fluted handle with screws in the inside, and basically all you do is put it around the bolt knob, screw it in, and you've got a much nicer bolt knob. Doesn't cost a huge fortune. Equally so, I wanted the box mag on the gun, and at the time I had a chance to get this Legacy Sports magazine system. It's quite good. You get a polymer floor plate and well, and the option of a 5 or 10 shot magazine, depending on what the rifle is. It can be sort of short action like 223, 308, that sort of thing. Again, back then they were under 100 quid. Not ideal because you've got this open magazine catch at the front, but it worked for me because sometimes you can actually touch that and lose it, but as long as you're aware it's not a problem. So that was that done. Now basically that was it. The gun was the gun already had pillars in it, it was bedded up, and so there I had a semi-custom rifle from a gun that I probably wasn't going to use. I was just going to sell it to a gun shop for peanuts because I wanted to get rid of it. But by the addition of a new barrel that I wanted, 1 twist, blah 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 blah, I then had myself, as I've discovered, a very functional Creedmoor. I mean, off the bag, I've been shooting this morning. It is shooting an easy 1/2 inch with 140 grain match ammo, and I've been loading for Creedmoor for some time now, so I've got a few recipes I'm going to try, but I'm generally very pleased with it. So the outlay for this initially would have been back then about $650 for the rebarrel, which is the start, and often that's where people might stop. If you're happy with the stock and the rifle shoots better and you only want to shoot deer with or whatever, then you're fine. But I decided to go further, so my outlay was, I'm not sure what that was, I think they're about 20-30 quid. That was about 70, so call that 100. The trigger was okay, but I decided to treat myself to a Rifle Basics trigger for the Hauer, and that's nice, easy to fit, nice to adjust, and it has a very nice, this is about 2.5 pound break, nice and crisp, nice and short. Bipods are what you like. Have a Harris, this is a Magpul synthetic bipod on here, on the Picatinny. The world's your oyster, so if you've got a rifle that you don't use anymore, and you've got a hankering for something different, say like, you know, there's, in the last few years we had 6.5 Creedmoor, now we've got 6mm Creedmoor, and there's a few other calibers about that are new, and they all use, most of them use a 308 type head, so it's not a real problem getting chamber movements for them, and they'll fit most normal short action magazines of that nature. So have a think. You don't have to buy it all at once. Get the barrel done, run it in, see what you think about it, and then maybe think, yeah, I'd like a better stock. And again, you don't have to throw £450 at a stock. You can throw a lot more at stock if you want to, but it's all there. Trigger, really, so Rifle Basics was a 1 or thereabouts, and that's a good bit of kit. And if you've got half a sort of a head on you, can easily fit it. It's not a problem. Or your gunsmith can fit it, and he can charge you just time for fitting the thing. So there you have it. If you want something a bit different and you don't want to pay silly money, then think about getting an action you don't use, that's sound and commercial, just basically, you know, pimped up. That's what I would do. So I hope it's been of help. Go and see your gunsmith, talk about what you want to do, and see what they say. So it's Pete Moore signing off. Good shooting, be safe, and as usual, pmore.shootingsports@gmail.com, and I'll catch you later. Bye.